Yeah, that's the way it normally works.
Yeah.
Okay. Look, I'm looking a bit shabby tonight. Crikey, I need to get to the barber.
I'm covered in paint.
Okay, guys. Look. First of all, welcome to Talking Jits and Giggles. Hope everyone's sitting back, enjoying having a beer. I am.
Over water.
Water. Yeah, fair enough. Look, first of all,
I've got caffeine.
We crack into helping the people put this together. Marvia Fightwear. Look, they got a whole heap of new stuff coming through. I've got some test samples that I was given today and a new gear I wouldn't mind doing a review on a bit later on.
Oh my God.
Felt really good to wear it. So marviafightwear.com. Make sure you hit them out. And yeah, I'm pretty sure he's got some really cool things coming up. So we'll talk about them later on. We've got Neanderthal. They bring in some supplements. They bring in some rashies and bits and pieces as well. And then we have Burning Needles Tattoos. Shit, I've got that one down pat now.
You do.
We've got Dan Reveley Building. We have Open Palm Massage Therapy. We have 03 Garments. So hopefully that website will be up and running soonish.
Actually, I went to Open Palm on Wednesday, and I got my back sorted out, and it was massive knots. So I think Ro was saying it was the same spot where you get yours done, Hayden, where you've got the massive pain. And I don't know if I just didn't sleep the night before, but I fell asleep for like 20 minutes during it. But I woke up and I was fucking on fire. So she might have just left me, probably punched me in the back a couple of times, but it doesn't matter. I woke up feeling fantastic.
Yeah, no, it's good. What else? Who else do we have? Okay, I think that's give or take. I know I'm missing a few, but 52%. We gave away the masks this week, didn't we?
Yes, well, so I chucked the competition up. We had all these people like the post, and only 5 people commented, and 2 out of 5 is pretty good results. So Forrest won 1, and Kane Tosh from Dunedin. But I haven't sent either out yet. Well, Forrest I'm going to get because I've been slack, and
you're trying to give away shit. Good, you got to send shit if you're going to give it away.
I just got Kane's address on Friday, so.
Yeah, so that was really cool. Again, I'll have my quick little spiel about if you don't like us, that's okay. I've got no issue with that, but make sure you share it because you may have some friends that just want to listen to shit on the way to work or driving around or while you're training. Get a lot of people coming in saying they enjoy it when they're just driving around. So we're on Podbean, iTunes, YouTube. We're also on Facebook when we plaster it around. So make sure you do share it, like it, tell us who you want on. We're trying to get it people. We are trying to get a lot of different people come on. It is still very hard to organize people to come on bits and pieces. But tonight we have one of my students. Her name's Sarah. So welcome, Sarah. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for having me.
Look, Sarah has been training. How long have you been training for us for, Sarah?
About a year and a half. I think it'll be two years in January.
Oh, geez, look at that. The New Year's resolution when they crack into it. So that's good to know now. Hey, look, the easiest thing we normally do when we talk about this is just tell us a wee bit about yourself. Like what did you do growing up? Did you do any martial arts or anything like that? And then we'll just work into where we are today.
Yeah, sure. So I did a little bit of judo when I was probably about 10 or 11. Funnily enough, I was a really non-sporty kid. Like, probably the only thing I was good at in PE was getting out doing PE. But somehow my dad managed to get me along to a judo class. I loved it, so I kept that up for probably maybe 3 years or so. And then from there, I tried every sport under the sun. Wasn't very good at any of it, but enjoyed it. And then, growing up in Welly, I moved down to Dunedin for study, and then ended up in Christchurch. The plan was just a couple of months, but been here about 6 years now, and definitely calling it home.
Yeah. But that was a really quick version of your sporting background, because we will delve way more into this. So I've met your dad, and he's a really cool dude. But he's got an extensive background in martial arts, so I can imagine why he wanted to get you into it. But look, so you did judo when you were younger, in like quite small, or were you a teen, or how old were you?
Teen.
Probably 10, 11, and then I think
Hey, I just heard judo. Jesus.
See, when I was about 10,
Yeah,
I did
I
it for
think-
Oh, here
I
we
think
go.
I was must have been just got into intermediate when I started. So I did it through intermediate and might have been the first year or two of high school.
Did you compete?
I think I did one competition, probably in
Yeah.
like the 30-something kilo class. Yeah,
Because you are
tried
very small. You're
as
very
people keep giving me grief for. Yeah, I've discovered actually all my gays are kid skis. So
Hey, look, man, don't knock that one.
I can't even
They're cheaper to buy.
defend
Yeah,
that.
cheaper to buy.
Yeah, the one competition as a kid.
And then, so what sports did you get into, like, after that, then, when you said you got into a wide range of sports? What ones did you get into?
Yeah, I did netball, volleyball, rowing, rugby, powerlifting, strongman, and
Hang on.
jiu-jitsu.
So you're a little girl, you did netball and volleyball.
Yep.
Cool. You'll sure like to challenge yourself.
Apparently so. Again, neither of them very well. And then, did a season of rowing. It's pretty hard to fit anything else in if you're rowing.
Yeah.
And then I tried rugby at uni. And then when I really got into things, it was all the strength sports. So powerlifting was my big one. And then we dabbled in strongman as well.
Okay, so we'll crack into this side of things just a wee bit. So when I first met you, like I say, this is probably a year and a half ago now then, probably a wee bit more. You walked
Just
in the
about
door.
2 years, obviously.
Yeah, or nearly 2 years because it's in January.
Because you're not listening.
I said 2 years in January. Come on, taking the piss out of me, Jesus Christ. But you walked through the door and you said, look, I want to give something a go. I want to give a challenge. I've done a bit of powerlifting and all that kind of stuff. You're, again, a very petite young lady.
Me?
Yeah, you.
Oh, sure.
I have never, I suppose I say this, I've never met anyone that is as strong as you for the size that you are. And I can suppose you can put that down to, and I tell you what, for ones that are listening, if you do get to roll against Sarah, you will soon find out. It was quite funny because at training today, there was a fella, Alex, I think his name was Alex. He was like, oh my God, you are so strong. I
still haven't quite figured out if that's an insult in jiu-jitsu or not. I know
No.
in the gym it's a compliment. I'm not sure about on the mats.
No, that is, as far as I'm concerned, that is definitely a compliment. But you took up powerlifting. Was it powerlifting first?
Yeah, powerlifting first.
Yeah. So and then how did you compete in powerlifting?
Yeah, I competed for about 5 years in powerlifting.
How do you compete in powerlifting?
How do you compete?
Yeah, is it like weightlifting events, or is it?
Oh, bro, someone else comes in, you challenge each other, and you lift shit.
Yeah, but that's pretty fucking vague.
So okay, you got into powerlifting. So yeah, sorry.
So powerlifting, you pretty much it's a brute strength sort of sport. So you've got 3 main events. It's your back squat, bench press, and deadlift.
Yeah.
And for a competition, you get 3 attempts at each of those lifts. Your goal is to lift as much as you can. Your best of those 3 lifts gets added up to a total, and whoever's got the highest total in your weight class wins.
So it's similar to the Olympics.
Yeah, it's not a whole lot of what's that, sorry?
Similar to the Olympics, how like they just have their 3 shots.
Kind of like that, yeah. But
Okay.
we're not lifting the weight above our head, so it's not that dynamic. It's more you've got to, like deadlift, you just got to get off the ground. Yeah.
Still,
Yeah,
it's pretty,
back squat, got to squat up, back down, stand up, and bench press. Hopefully, everyone knows what a bench press is.
Yeah, I hope so by now.
Hopefully.
Okay, so how did you go on that in your 5 years? So yeah.
I loved it. I was probably lucky to get into it where it was still quite a grassroots minority sport. Most people didn't ever know what it was, but it was quite a tight-knit group of people. So we got to travel to some really cool places for competitions. I think I've been some in Aussie, Canada, South Africa. I think Andrew's been to Hungary and Poland as well. So yeah, you get to see a wee bit of the world traveling around to comps. It's not cheap, but it's a really, really good experience.
So how'd you do with them then?
Not too bad. Not too bad. I did a world champs as a junior, and then I've done a few Oceanias and Commonwealths and things like that.
Did you place?
Place, you usually did, yeah.
We want to know.
Be more specific.
Look, mate, this is all about promoting yourself, mate. It's all fine.
Well,
Right, we're not hiding stuff. Yeah. We're not hiding stuff yet.
I would have got medals at all of them, I think.
Any firsts?
Any firsts? Yeah, not at Worlds, but I think Commonwealths and Oceanias. I think I got a couple firsts, especially when I was a junior. But the level's just taken off over the last few years. So I would need to train full time to catch up with them now.
Don't downplay it.
Oh, that's the truth.
Yeah, but what? Okay, then. So what? Tell me what can you, if you can remember, what were those weights that you lifted?
How much can you bench, bro?
What is it?
I think the last competition I did before I sort of took a bit of time out would have been 125 kilo squat, 87 kilo bench, and 165 kilo deadlift.
Jesus.
More than Hayden.
That's my idea of fun. I go to competitions and pick up heavy things.
Yeah,
the nice thing about the weights is they don't fight back.
Okay, if I put this into context, what weight category do you compete in?
I compete in under 57. So I'm not normally sitting around 56 kilos when I'm competing.
So you're benching like 1.5 times your body weight, or more than?
Yeah, should a little bit over that, I think. I don't do maths, I just look at the weight.
That's impressive. That is really impressive. That's like for me, that's like me lifting, how I'm going to get my mass in here now, 1.5 times my
200 kgs.
A bit more, mate, a bit more. Jesus, that is some serious lifting. So, I mean, did you fall into the sport, or did you just
pick it up? Oh!
You just gravitate to it.
I started messing around with a bit of weight training probably late in high school, and that came about because I think I was watching my dad lift some weights. I thought, I'll come and join in, and I was just useless at it. I just felt so weak. I couldn't lift anything, and I thought, right, I'm gonna have to practice this. I don't like being terrible at it, so I was just training out of the garage for a couple of years, and then once I got to uni, sort of was going to the gym, messing around with weights. And I had a couple of flatmates who competed both in Olympic lifting and powerlifting. So they sort of encouraged me to try one competition. Again, didn't do great, but I thought, this is awesome fun. So I never looked back. This was training most days and went from there.
Awesome. It's
there you go. I was going to go, mate. Don't you worry about it. No. So, now you just fucking lost my train of thought. Jesus Christ, mate. I was just talking about the weights. What I was going for. Oh, shit, you go. I forgot now. You interrupted me. Oh, look, now he's talking. He's not even listening.
Oh, my daughter. Oh, I was just going to say
a talking stick or something.
What's the subculture like? Because it's quite similar to jiu-jitsu, yeah? So there's like a whole massive like underground lifestyle culture built around powerlifting as well.
Yeah, it was probably when I started, because it was more of a, I guess it's still a minority sport, but really small when I started out. Everyone was quite tight-knit.
So everyone knows.
And then as it got, and it got more popular, which is good in a lot of ways, and you have different gyms and different groups all train together. But yeah, it's definitely a lifestyle. If you meet anyone that does powerlifting, they'll just go on and on about
eating,
squat, bench, deadlift, nothing else matters. Food, protein, food, lift everything.
That's where I was going to go now, because you are you're not like bulky. Like, does that powerlifting kind of like, do you get bulky? Were you bulky when you were doing that kind of stuff, or I don't know, like, when you see guys go to the gym and they're just lifting weights and that kind of stuff, all the time they start filling out, but you're definitely not like that. Like, you're just, is it technique? Is it?
I try. I think a lot will come down to genetics. Some people are just built to be a lot bigger and stronger.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't fall into that category. Clearly, I'm a lot bigger than when I started, but clearly still not that much. So I think it comes down to sort of what weight grade you're naturally in, whether you want to eat a whole lot of food and just be as strong as possible, or sort of sit more around your natural weight.
Yeah.
Strength's not always in the muscles you can see. Obviously, some people, they'll walk around looking like the Hulk, probably pretty strong, but you don't have to be huge and fit that stereotype to be
She said
strong.
Hulk, not bulk.
Oh, sorry.
The Hulk and bulk, they go together.
So okay, so you did your powerlifting and all that kind of stuff. So obviously you wanted another challenge, and you went into the strong woman area. So like, what was that a big change in like, obviously because it's not just hanging onto a bar now. You're doing stones and I don't know, tanks and So how was that a change?
The biggest thing is, I guess, with powerlifting, it's very predictable. You know, you got your bar, you got your weights. It's not a heck of a lot in the way of variables. With strongman, there's so many more events. So you can show up on the day. You might be pulling a truck. You might be picking up stones. You might be lugging a big heavy frame around. There's a lot more events and a lot more variety. I think I did a competition and they brought out these huge sort of hay rounds you had to try and push around and a truck you had to pull, and I think they put together some quad bikes you're meant to try and hang on to. So it's a lot of fun, but it's probably a lot harder to train for just because it's not the same predictable thing as you've got with powerlifting. So it was a cool challenge to try something else.
It was massive. I remember it was on ESPN. I used to watch it all the time. It was so exciting.
Oh, it's great to watch. It's a lot more exciting to watch than powerlifting.
So how did you go in that?
Usually pretty terrible. I think I did 3 competitions. I came last in every single one. So I'd have the odd event I was okay at, and then a selection of things I was just terrible at. But
because that's
a big add up one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not just doing one event. You got to add every single event.
Yeah. And sometimes it's a competition over 2 days, so you're not done in a couple of hours the same way you would be powerlifting. It might be a day, it might be a whole weekend.
Oh, geez. What is your personal best lift? I asked you before what you won last time, but what's your personal best and what's your best squat you've ever done?
Best squat was 125.
It was 125.
Yeah.
Bench press?
92.
Whoosh. Oh shit.
Chasing 100. It's taken a long time. Deadlift around, I think it was 165. That's all your powerlifting stuff. Strongman, it's a bit harder because you don't necessarily know what it weighs.
Yeah.
It's there in front of you.
Yeah, you should move it.
Might be hay that's soaked with water. It might be a truck. No one really knows. You just got to try and move it.
Yeah, I just pull that truck over here. Yeah. That'd be good. It's the old Mack truck.
I'll just turn it on.
Turn it on, put my foot on the accelerator, drive forward. Sweet. It's quite interesting though, because like I think a couple of times you've taken the boys down to the gym to try out a couple of things, haven't you? I think Dan.
I try. For some reason, no one else thinks picking up rocks sounds like a fun activity.
Yeah, because you go down there and you make them look like mugs.
Where's the gym? What gym is it?
It's on Wainoni Road, called CSPC.
I think it's where the old Axis used to be.
Sports Performance Centre. Yeah, that's the one.
Oh, is it the Kip? What's the guy who takes it all? Who's the main coach of it all? Or the guy who runs it?
It's not really run very much. It's got very little management now.
I think because Phil Corey used to do that sort of stuff. But it was like Kip Costa Kissigus or something. I can't remember that game. There's like 2 Ks.
Okay. Yeah, I know the guy you're talking about now. Different gym.
Oh, okay.
Different gym, yeah. It's more I think it's CrossFit and Strongman.
Ah, yeah.
Fun.
Yeah, because I remember, I think Dan said you would, it might have been Stevie, I'm not too sure, but you were lifting old cylinders, steel cylinders, and you walk down the walkway with them.
Farmers walk things, yeah.
That's the one, our farmers walk thing. Dan goes, I'm not going back there.
Good for your grips.
Yeah, got to get your grips. See, if you pick it up, you start walking. Sarah's halfway down the other end of the building, and he said, I'm only moved like 3 or 4 steps.
Just close your eyes and
pretend. Well, let me come back and do more of it. It'd probably smoke me, but that's the problem. No one comes back.
Okay, so you did all that kind of stuff, and then you, like I said, you come to jiu-jitsu. Did you always want to, why did you come to jiu-jitsu? Why did you want to do jiu-jitsu?
Yeah, jiu-jitsu actually came about because we had a really good MMA fighter, James Bishop, who was training at the same gym. And I'd always be there doing no cardio and just picking up heavy things, and he'd be zipping around the place doing circuits. So we thought, we'll do a training day swap. So I'll take you for a strongman session and you can show me some MMA. and he was actually pretty darn good at strongman, so he got through that fine, all good. I came down to the gym to try out some grappling, and I think it was mostly grappling, wee bit of striking, and I just got my butt kicked for about 2 hours straight. I had no cardio, couldn't get the technique right. I was completely useless. So by the end of it, probably less out of really enjoying it and more out of being mad at myself that I just couldn't do any of this. I thought, right, I've got to learn how to do this. I don't like being this bad at something. So yeah, I joined up at, I think it was CFC at the time. Yeah, joined up at CFC 2 weeks later, and that was that.
That was it. It was all history. So then you got into that, and you've competed now a couple of times in jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, a couple.
Yep. So I think your first one may have been at Axis. I think it was, wasn't it?
Yeah, that would have been. I think that was the no. Yeah, it was a no gi sub only comp.
Yeah. So you went to that, and I think how'd you go on that one?
First match was fine, and second match I got caught in a beautiful armbar, and this was when I was a brand new white belt and didn't realise you could armbar from anywhere aside some pretty classic setup from out. So I didn't even see it coming until my arm was well and truly stuffed. So that one wasn't so flash. I spent most of it in A&E, but good to get the first one out of the way.
That was some good fights though. I remember your first one, and that was really good. So then obviously you stuck at it. And then you competed last year in November?
Yeah, it would have been the Queenstown.
How'd you go on that one?
Comp, so gi, no gi. That one went a lot better. So I think the gi ones, both nice quick matches. So I won those 2, and then the no gis, that went the full 5 both times. It's amazing how long 5 minutes can feel when you're all hyped up on adrenaline. But I managed to get double gold in that comp.
Nice. So how do you find competing? Like you've done it twice. Okay, you injured yourself in the first one, and then you went into your second one. How do you find it?
I'm yet to enjoy it. I want to enjoy it.
Really?
I would really, really like to love it. And it's a funny one because open mat is pretty much my favourite thing to do. But something about competing, yet to really enjoy it. But
did you enjoy competing in powerlifting and strong person events?
I did. Yeah, so I enjoyed both of those, but haven't got it for jiu-jitsu yet. No, so I might just need more to try it a few more times.
Yeah, and you've won too, so it's not you're not winning.
It's more stressful when someone fights back.
Yeah.
No, it might just be the pressure I put on myself, but yeah, and I haven't enjoyed it yet. I think when you're lifting weights, you either you can pick it up or you can't. It's quite simple. It's not coming at you trying to break your arm or choke you out as well.
Yeah, just as funny. Like you can win a comp, but you didn't do as good as you thought you could do, and you're just like, nah, don't care. The win was secondary to the fact that I didn't do what I wanted to do, or vice versa. Yeah. You could lose and be like, I don't care. That person was way better than me, and I did exactly what I wanted to do. So man, I'm happy for this loss. It's a weird sport, like you said. But if you can't pick it up in powerlifting, you'd be pretty grumpy. I fucking know I can pick that up.
So I mean, like when you say that you don't like competing, are you going to continue to compete once all this settles down, or what are your thoughts on that one?
I'll probably try another couple. Yeah, and if I'm still not liking it by then, it's probably just not going to happen. But I like the idea of it, so I'll give it a go a few more times.
So what is your goal in jiu-jitsu?
Right now, still as a relatively newbie white belt, is just getting better. I'm not really trying to chase belts or competitions at the moment. It's more just you realise every time you go, there's so much you don't know. It's part of the challenge. So just trying to improve, trying to get squished a little bit less each round, and obviously long term would be black belt and doing well in comps. But right now, it's just getting better.
Just getting better. So, how do you find it? How do you find it as a female in a probably more male orientated sport, which I know more and more women are getting into, which I love. I think it's freaking awesome. And because you were pretty much, I was going to get this right. Yes, you were our first female that started, and then since then there's been, I think, about 5 now that come quite regularly.
Yeah.
you know, how do you find that? So you've come at the start, only wrestled with males, and then now more and more females are starting to join up. How are you finding it all?
No, I think it's great. We've got more girls doing it. I guess for me, because I'd had so many years doing more sort of typical male sports, like the powerlifting, bit of rugby and stuff like that, I honestly didn't notice whether it's a guy or a girl on the mat. To me, it's just someone else who loves doing jiu-jitsu. But I know for some girls, it's a bit intimidating coming in and not seeing many other females to train with. Because I'm lucky. For me, it's never been a big deal.
Yeah, as an adult, if you started like kids don't give a shit. Kids just go and do it. But as an adult, you're thinking, "Whoa, this is my personal space," and you put all these extra layers of pressure, and you're like, "Oh no, we shouldn't be doing this. This isn't right." But like you said, if you've done it all your whole life through rugby and other sports, it's just another day.
Yeah.
Because I mean, it must be quite hard for you. Well, not quite hard, but what I mean is, it's like if someone, when you talk to your friends and that kind of stuff, and then they go, okay, so you've done powerlifting, you're strongman, and now you're doing Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. It's like, do you find that weird sometimes, or do you try to suck them in and say, come and try it? Like, do they, do you get a funny response or anything like that?
Most of them just think I'm crazy, and I roll it. I'll try and encourage people to come down, but I think some people, it's just not their thing, and that's fine. I don't think I've ever had anyone who's been really not supportive. They might think it's a strange thing to do for fun, but then I'm like, okay, that's you. We've got our thing, you do your thing.
Everyone does different things.
Oh, do they what?
Who are they to judge me?
And I think you still work. Do you still work with the girl come from Roll One?
Claire.
Yeah, you still work with her. So that would have been quite cool. So you got a new job, and then another workmate does jiu-jitsu at another gym.
Yeah, no, I found that there's not many lawyers do jiu-jitsu or have any concept of what it is. So it's fun having someone else you can talk training, and then everyone else at work. There's two crazy people at work talking about arm bars rather than just this one strange person who they look at sideways if you want to train rather than have wines on a Friday.
And then I was going to say, that's the other side. So your job outside, outside the gym, you're a lawyer, and do you ever get looked at quite funny? Because obviously sometimes you've left the gym and you've gone really, really hard, and you've got a little scrape here or a little black eye there or something, and then you've got to go and do your day job like everyone else does, but to be sitting as a lawyer, and then you got these black eyes or a scrape somewhere on your face. It's like, so.
Yeah, it doesn't go great with the whole corporate look. I found makeup and long sleeve blazers are your best friend if you've had a tough training session. But probably my workmates, I think they've heard enough now that they know that this is what I do for fun. I come in a bit dinged up sometimes, and they kind of just let it be. But yeah,
so you
doesn't always go together that well.
No, I was going to say, but you're also quite lucky. You are a jiu-jitsu couple, a jiu-jitsu family, I'll say. Your husband, and I do remember you're like, I've got to get my husband down. And now used to staples within the club. Andrew come along, and then all of a sudden you're there all the time, especially when you're not injured, but there all the time. So that must be quite cool though, eh?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, we met doing powerlifting, so it's been really cool to carry on and have a sport that we do together. I think for the first few months we weren't very good at training with each other. Someone would always get hurt, but
look what you did.
Maybe it's probably better if we train with other people. But no, we're going a lot better now, and it is fantastic having someone who understands what you're talking about when you come and go on about your arm bars and your chokes and sweeps and everything else. So it's been really
Sit down
good.
over tea talking about how we can improve. God, I got swept here. Yes, I know. I got caught here, and then I did this really cool thing over here.
Do you set up little like game plans as to right, we're going to get Forrest. What we'll do, I will wrestle him twice, then you wrestle him.
If we're the death wish,
Oh, I mean, COVID would have been quite all right for you, unless you had a training partner to keep training with through those times.
We had a dojo in the lounge, which we set up. We do a practice, try not to hit the coffee table or anything. We're really lucky having someone in the house to train with.
Oh, nice. That's awesome. So like I said earlier, so you're just thinking you might get a couple more comps, and are we? Well, obviously we've got to probably talk more about next year, really, or do you think you might? I know if things change a wee bit, there's still a couple of comps in the South Island. I'll just plug those. I think they're still on. There's one in Dunedin.
Yeah, they're still on the websites.
Yeah. So there's a comp, South Island comp in Dunedin,
September,
end of the month.
And then 26th September, and then October the 16th?
Or something like that, or 10th. Yeah. There's that Mana grappling no gi one, and then there is Christchurch, apparently. That's right. Oh, he's getting his phone. He's doing some real intel. And then there's Queenstown as well. We don't want to put the wrong
look
stuff
it up while
out
we
there.
talk.
Yeah, you look up while we talk. But is there any chance any of those ones, or do you think maybe next year?
I potentially do a Christchurch one, and then probably look at it more seriously next year. It's quite nice if we can line them up with Andrew if he wants to compete as well, but he's recovering from a couple of injuries at the moment.
Yeah. Oh, nice. Come on, Bryan, hit us with it, mate.
September 26th is in Auckland. October the 10th is Dunedin. That's for Mana Championships.
Yeah.
And that's Submission King and Queen, and I don't know when the other one is. That's on Smooth Comp, actually, I think. Yeah,
it's on Smooth Comp. I'm pretty sure it's like that. Oh, there's also, for guys that are in Christchurch that have trained under Carl Weber before, or have ever trained under Carl, he's having he's calling an in-house comp, a gi one, that is on October the 24th. So if you've ever trained with Carl at any stage of your career, whether it was CFC, Strikeforce, Universal, anything like that, you're most welcome to jump into that comp in October the 24th, I'm pretty sure it is. So that's there as well. Hopefully we can start getting back to some kind of normality.
King of the South is November 14th.
King of the South, yep, November 14th. And then I think New Zealand Nationals are the week after that in Auckland.
Don't know. A whole lot of Australian ones. I've got heaps of Moscow events, but they're probably not really applicable to us.
Nah, unless you want to jump on a plane, bro.
I don't think I want to go to Moscow. No.
That gives us an idea. And Bryan's not very good with his IT stuff. I thought he would have had all this sorted out before we got on.
Mate, I had enough trouble trying to cook dinner in time for my kids, so.
Jesus, tell us about it.
Okay.
So what is a normal week for you?
Normal week for me? Well, I've got a pretty solid 9-to-5 job, plus a few extra hours here and there. So most of the time it's work. I have to be a responsible adult until about 5:30, and then I'll try and get into do jiu-jitsu at least 3 times a week, and I'll try to fit in 3 gym sessions as well. So it's a lot of work, training, eating. Spending some time with Andrew, and then rinse and repeat.
And keep on going through it.
Yeah.
Oh look, what's he doing?
Me? Oh.
Yeah, you're still playing. You've gone off and you're on Facebook now, aren't you? Just having a bit of a...
I was going to ask something. I was going to say, we're at your work, and I was like, actually, probably with a lawyer's job, it's not great to advertise where you work, is it?
I'm not actually sure of the etiquette on that. I don't think it's too bad. I'm at a firm called Malley & Co., which is in town.
Oh, cool. What kind of law is it?
It covers pretty much everything. I work in asset protection.
Oh, cool. My sister's a lawyer, so I've just learned there's different aspects of laws in different areas. I just figured it is lawyers.
Not all criminal law like you see on TV.
What? They're not?
I object.
Don't get in trouble. I cannot help you if you're challenged with anything.
Shit.
I know that's Madison's job.
I think Madison does that.
Yeah, Madison does that. That's his job. Your job's the other one.
The other stuff.
Yeah.
The stuff that I don't fall into, man.
Oh well, look. I know we're running a wee bit behind, but
Sorry.
and I know you're a very busy person. So look, what we want to do is thank you very, very much for coming on. Yeah, I really, really do appreciate it. It's definitely interesting to have you on. I didn't know you travelled a fair bit with your powerlift. Yeah, there's powerlifting in it.
Yeah.
And that kind of stuff. So that's pretty cool. Like I'm loving like doing these podcasts. I'm finding out new stuff about everyone.
Yeah, but it's only,
I've known you for 18 months, so now we're still learning new stuff.
you only gave us teasers though, so I'm pretty sure there's a whole more
Oh,
conversation
there
to get
probably
on.
is.
Yeah,
It's
I've done some
You could
comps.
both come. You could both come and have a training session.
I can't
Talk
lift
about it.
shit.
Oh, I'm not allowed to do statics because of my
But
heart.
there's rocks to pick up. It's great fun. You might
Yeah,
like
yeah,
it.
I got to do that on my driveway.
Yeah, I do that all the time. I broom, my sweeper.
I fall off my skateboard. I got to pick up. It'd be cool. It'd be cool though. It'd be cool to check it out. It's just to say we've done it as well, I guess. Well, I'll be keen to do it.
I can't
Excellent.
make
I'll
my
hold you
knee.
to that.
I can't put too much pressure on my knee.
Have they got kids rocks?
Have they got pebbles for Bryan?
We can grab some out the driveway on the way through.
Yeah.
I'll bring my own stones.
See how high you can throw them.
at you.
Yeah. Yeah, like I say, thank you very much for coming on. Bryan actually has some questions for you.
Oh, it is my turn.
It is.
Okay, so we've got our 5 questions. Right, what I'm going to do. So do you prefer in Jiu-Jitsu, like playing guard game, or do you like the top game, like passing guard and squashing people?
Top game. I hate guard. I hate everything about guard.
I've taught you some good stuff from guard.
I'm offended.
I know. I quite like trying to do chokes from guard, but no, guard is my weak point all around.
Get past, stay on top.
Exactly.
What is, and I was thinking of this before, and I was thinking how to word it. What is the worst part about training with bigger guys, like massive people?
Bro, that's offensive.
I don't care.
I take that offensive.
Oh, the next I'm
Trying
gonna
to call me a big guy.
I didn't say it was you. What do you think is the worst part about training with larger sized males or females?
For me, it'll be the people who think you're going to be pretty much useless because you're a small female.
Yes, I like that.
I don't mind getting squashed, but I don't like it when people think, oh, this is someone they're going to be delicate and just sit back and don't try. That for me.
And then you bench press them, and then you spin them around on your finger and throw them off.
I try.
So when you get to roll someone your own size, how exciting is that? Do you just go 100 miles an hour, or you try and be like really calm and collected about it?
Probably more calm, collected, because I'm not used to it. I kind of sort of being a spazzy white belt, I quite like training with bigger people because I think if they get sick of me, they'll just squash me and that's it. But with a smaller person, you've kind of got to think, do I need to dial it down a notch, or make sure I'm not actually going to smack them.
Oh,
you and Sophie have some good roles.
Oh yeah, so Sophie's great. She goes for it.
Yeah, because she's obviously a personal trainer and loves
killing people.
Killing people as well. You both love killing people, so you can kill each other.
That's rolling the peer review is fucking hard work because I'm trying to go slower so I can, and it's just not because of any reason. I'm trying to slow it down, but you're both going so fast. I'm thinking, fuck, I can't let you get anything, either of you, because once you get a hold of something, you don't let go. So yeah.
Because you're just so little, bro.
Oh. Yeah, what's your favorite submission to apply in jiu-jitsu?
I think it's Ezekiel's at the moment.
Oh, really?
Fan of an Ezekiel.
We'll have to watch that now.
From inside the guard? Do you do them from in there?
I think I got one from guard today, but yeah, normally from mount or anything from Kizagatami.
Yeah, Kizagatami is quite often where you try to go with me.
Yeah, that's my happy place.
Not for the person on the bottom.
No, that's true.
All right, gi or no gi? What's your favorite one?
Ghee. Definitely ghee.
Cool. While we're on topic of ghee,
Oh,
do you wash your belt?
Yes.
Woohoo! We can still be friends.
If we're going to cover our mat and all the disinfectant and sign in and all that, you got to wash your belt.
And then bring this dirty tissue of a belt along that's been smeared on everybody.
oh,
Yeah.
here we blah 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 blah.
It's 2 against 1.
The sun, UV kills any germs.
There's no light in the gym.
That's why you take it home and hang it over the clothesline.
After I've
What
washed
do
it.
people do that with their ghee?
Oh no, don't do that. That's terrible.
That'd be gross.
How's it
That would be
different?
gross. You don't do that. Jeez. No, it's about an inch thick. UV kill that. Spray it with a bit of disinfectant. You're not washing it.
I'm with Bryan on this one.
Oh,
I did not inhale.
Brian's a shocker, mate. His mum washes his shit still, probably.
I use her machine, but I take it there and wash it.
Oh, look, Sarah, thank you very, very much for coming on tonight.
Yeah,
like I say, sorry for the delay from Bryan.
Sorry.
I can't help that.
Neither.
It just is what he is. But then you can go out and enjoy a date night now and go to Burger Fuel
Yeah.
and then get it going. So make sure you stay.
Burger Fuel night.
Kumara fries all the way.
Oh, Kumara fries for the win.
I don't go to these places, man. My body is a temple.
It's right beside McDonald's.
Fries and milkshakes, Hayden.
It's protein. Protein and carbs.
Protein.
Yeah.
Look, say hi to the hubby. Enjoy
Will
yourselves, and thank you very, very much for coming on.
Thank you.
All right, sweet.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
See.
Oh.